Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting this Miss Figgy Dwarf fig from the Southern Living Plant Collection. This is an exciting new variety of dwarf fig. It only gets about 4 to 6 feet in height and about 3 to 4 feet in width. I've got a brown turkey fig back here behind me that I did in a video last year. It has the potential to get 20 feet tall. It's going to be definitely more maintenance on that plant than this new dwarf cultivar. This bears fruit exactly the same. I ate several of them last fall when I was down in Alabama. Very tasty fruit. Everything's the same about it except for it's easier to maintain. These are going to be hardy in zone 7 to 10. They make great container plants or can go in the ground, and they're very I've always found figs to be very soil tolerant, meaning, you know, sandy soils all the way to clay soils. If you have clay soils like I do mound everything up just a little bit. They're pretty pest and disease resistant. Deer do like all fruit plants. They like fruit just as much as you do. If you have this fig plant right here, gives you the opportunity to grow figs even if you have deer issues, because you can do them as container plants and bring them up on your deck or a full sun porch of some kind like that. This one is just leafing out. It's middle April now. This is a really nice plant. It was been dormant. Keep in mind that figs kind of leaf out later than most other plants. I like fig trees in the landscape regardless of whether or not you like figs or not. They're beautiful plants. They have a tropical look to them, and so I really think they can add quite a bit to a landscape just in general without just being specifically for the fruit. One thing I do know about figs is when I pull one out of a container, it's going to be root bound. They're kind of aggressive rooting in a container for sure. So I'll pull them out, break the roots up a little bit. I'm putting it in a raised bed right here, so this soil is very good. I've got a clay base where I dug out some sidewalks, and then I've put several inches of pine bark on top of it, so that pine bark's going to get mixed in when I put it in the ground. If you had sandier soils, you might want to mix some compost or something like that in with it. This fig plant's going to be pretty self-maintaining, so you're not going to really have to do a lot of pruning on it. If you needed to do a little pruning on it, winter time is the time to prune figs. I have a pruning video on my channel. This would also be the time in the late winter or early spring to give it some fertilizer. Any kind of slow release fertilizer will work. Anyway, let me get started planting it. This is going to be the easiest hole I've ever dug because this is a brand new elevated bed here. So I don't have this opportunity in my yard very often to just start pulling soil out of a hole without putting a lot of effort into it. But I'm going to get them in here where, like I say, I know this thing's going to be a little bit root bound, so I'm going to get in here and really work on getting these roots going outward instead of continuing to wrap around one another. Sometimes you may even need to just take a knife and cut from the top to the bottom like that. Okay, I'm going to set him in here and take a look and make sure he's just slightly above the original grade, and then I'm going to tuck this soil back around without covering up any of these limbs. Sometimes you can get some spreading limbs like this. We'll be careful not to cover those up. Okay. All right. Pack them down in there. All right. I think that looks great. I'll give you a close-up. So here's my brown turkey fig right there, just leafing out as well. And I'll do a follow-up video in the summer and show you how much that thing right there can actually grow in a season and why it will become a maintenance issue over time in comparison to this Miss Figgy dwarf fig right here. All of these fruit plants need full sun, really at least 6 hours of direct sun, and that middle day sun is very important. I've got this in an area with other fruit plants right here. This is that Bless Your Heart blueberry from the Southern Living Plant Collection as well. Absolutely loaded with flowers and fruit forming right there. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for follow-up videos on this new dwarf Miss Figgy fig from the Southern Living Plant Collection, and I will do a follow-up on it later in the summer. Thanks for watching.